When you're talking about disclosures, over the last few years, there's been a few companies that have come up with some tools that help people go through their disclosures without omissions and just missing things. Kind of a pen and paper, old school way to do disclosures is, as a listing agent, you would print out this stack of forms that the seller needs to go through and fill out. And missing one checkbox in this stack of questions that the seller has to answer means they didn't provide a complete document. It's actually in the contract that it says the seller's going to answer all the questions on these forms. They will fill them out completely. So missing something is a problem. They've not met their obligation to do the disclosure. You really want to be thorough and not miss these items. And one way to do that is through one of these disclosure management tools. So SkySlope has a version of this. They call it Breeze. There's another company, Glide, that essentially built their business around this tool, where rather than putting a long list of questions in front of the seller, what it does instead is it takes each question and asks it to them kind of in a TurboTax style. So here's the question, and then the seller answers it, then it shows them the next question, and then they answer that. And if they don't know, there's actually a way through that system that they can flag it. Like, I don't know how to answer this, and then you get a report. Here's some things that are unfinished. You can have a chat with them. They can go back in and finish it. Lets you know if there's any questions that weren't answered. And so it just avoids the little things of any like key boxes that are missed. And now you got to do all this over and agitate them right towards the end of the transaction, say when the company or the TC or somebody else finds it. Now you have to redo this. It's just not a good look. It's way better to be thorough up front, and this tool helps you avoid getting anything missed like that. You can send it to them, they can go through it that way, and then the end result is once they're done and you've reviewed it, all the answers are there, it will now take all those answers and then fill out the forms with their answers, and then you can send it to them to sign off from there. There's an extra step initially to this process to use one of these disclosure tools. However, it's a lot less steps when you consider it's pretty common, like really common, that checkboxes will be missed, questions won't be answered, and then you're going back to a seller, and then you have to have the buyer sign again. It's a lot more headache if you miss something. So just I would say a small measure of additional work up front can save you a lot of additional work later, as well as just less headache for your clients as well. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you learned something or if this helped you solve a problem, follow me for more.